Hello, everyone. Welcome to the May energy forecast. Oh my goodness. April was a little rough. Did anybody else feel that? Did you feel the bumpiness and the contrast that came up in April? And if you did, I want you to know that you were not alone and that it wasn't an accident and it wasn't for no reason. There was a very good reason that we all experienced a lot of contrast and a lot of challenge in April. So if you can relate to this, comment. Let me know. Was April a little bumpy for you? Did you have some challenge show up? April was a clearing month. April was meant to shine a light on the challenging situations in our lives. It could have happened in real time. And it also could have been, potentially dreams or triggers that brought up things from the past in order to be processed and released for what you're welcoming into the future. May is going to be a completely different energy. And you might have noticed the shift over the weekend, right? May hit on Saturday, right? Yeah, Saturday. And the energy has shifted dramatically. So let me know if you can feel it in the comments. I am going to open up my Facebook on my phone to make sure that I am streaming where I need to be streaming and that I can see you and hear you. Oh, because you guys are commenting and the comments aren't showing up yet on StreamYard, but I can see you in Facebook. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, hello everyone. And people are like, yep, it was a bumpy April. So this is the amazing thing about numerology is it helps us to understand the context of what's happening and why it's happening. We don't go through bumps for no reason. They're not random. They are meant to support us in manifesting a new cycle in our life. They're meant to support us to move into a new chapter or a new pattern in our lives. And May is holding space for a new paradigm shift. May is a one energy month, you guys. This is a fresh start and a new beginning for us. Not only is it a one energy month, but it's also seasonally the start of a new year, right? We had Beltane over the weekend. It is a new start seasonally. We had some very significant energetic shifts happening, and they are supporting us. So recognizing some of the shifts you went through in April, we're here to position you for a new paradigm. They're here to position you to be the person who can move forward in this new world. You needed to go through some of those bumps to release, to let go, to forgive, to complete, to clean the dust out of the corners so that you can move forward in this new paradigm. I have been talking about this since the beginning of 2021. This is the year of the intuitive. This is the year where we have enough energy gathered for this new shift that we're going to create traction, especially starting in May. So for everyone who feels like they've been contributing to this new paradigm energy for years now, yes, you have. Yes, you have. And now is the point where it starts to bubble up to the surface in a more and more obvious way. And as I was really feeling into the energy of this, I was given the visual of when the river flows down into the ocean. And when the tide is coming in and the fresh water and the salt water meet, there is this like murky, messy, gross, stirred up water that's like that briny, salty mixture of the salt water and the fresh water all mashed up together, and it's usually muddy and gross. And this is what's happening with the old paradigm and the new paradigm right now. We are in this transition state, and we can't see. We don't know what the future holds. Our brain, thank you, Joe Dispenza, is a record keeper of the past. So it will continue to show us all the fears, all the challenges, and all the insecurities that we faced, historically speaking. But it's not, our brain is not going to be able to show us what the future holds. What the future holds in the new paradigm can only be felt with your intuition and your heart. That's where you need to go for that vision. So if you have been feeling the call to lean into your intuition more deeply, this is the time. This is the time. You can only create an unknown future from a felt sense. An unknown future, a future you've never walked in, cannot be created based on past actions and past patterns. We need to create new ones, which is why we need to create by understanding our heart and understanding the energetic patterns through our intuition. So powerful for us, for you, for me, for everybody who identifies as someone who feels things either a little bit deeper or a little bit differently than the rest of the world. And if you have a vision, as I do, to be here to make an impact, to be here as part of a positive change, this is your time. This is your time. And it's so exciting to me. Okay. I'm like beyond excited about May, you guys, beyond excited. In the beginning of the year, when I first was mapping out the year, I said that May was going to be the time when we would need our intuition to create the pathway to freedom, pleasure, and play. This is the overall theme of the month of May, is learning how to access our intuition to create this pathway. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys are with me. I love it. How to use our intuition. We have to feel our way through these changes. You guys, this is unprecedented. I saw somebody wearing a t-shirt the other day. It made me laugh so hard. It was like, I could use some precedented times. And it's like, we love to fondly reminisce about the past, where we filter out the challenging memories and we only remember the good old days through a distorted lens. I would rather lean into creating a future that navigated some of those challenges differently, that created new opportunities for us. And this is what we have the potential for in May. This is the fresh start, the one energy, brand new manifestation cycle, new paradigm that so many of us have been waiting for. We start this month off on Saturday with a 2 energy day, which means that this new paradigm, this new manifestation cycle is beginning based on, number one, our intuition and our connection with source energy, with the universe, with whatever you perceive is the higher organizing principle that you live in. It is first with that connection with energy and intuition that is always guiding you to your highest good. And second, with the connection of other people who you have this beautiful connection, this collaboration, this energy of upliftment, where you both get to support each other to continue to be even better versions of yourselves, to support your fulfillment, to support their fulfillment, and that mutual self-actualization where you both get to experience an improved existence. This is how we're starting this month off. Intuition is like queen right now. This is what's guiding us. And today is quite a significant day as well. Yes, here we go. Today is the 3rd. It's a 4 energy month. And this whole week is really going to be pointing out to us where the falling structures have created an opportunity for a new container of growth. So what does this mean in very like practical, tangible terms? It's like in April, we dumped everything out of our suitcase, threw it all on the floor. And now in May, we're going to deliberately repack our suitcase with an energetic and conscious choice of only bringing back those things that bring us pleasure, joy, freedom, and fulfillment. That needs to be our focus as we rebuild. Pleasure, joy, freedom, and fulfillment. That really is wanting to be at the forefront. We're wanting to create a life that feels easier, that feels lighter, that feels more in flow, and that feels more energetically aligned with our truth. So we are going to be presented with opportunities over and over again to realign with our truth. And if you don't know what that means for you, then message me, because as most of you know, the next round of practical numerology certification training is starting in a week. It is going to be incredible. There's already a bunch of you who've signed up for it, and I'm so excited. And I am going to teach you exactly how to interpret and read the energy that's happening both within yourself and in the world around you and in your clients to help understand, how do I align with this and make the most of this energy? Because the people who have the skill to create, implement, and take action from an energetic space of trusting their intuition are the ones who are going to be able to create in the unknown. The only way to create in the unknown is to trust your intuition. That's the only way. You can't trust a map of the past in an unknown future. And this is really what May is highlighting for us, right? Yes, Leanne, so good. I'm so happy you're in. We are going to have an incredible time. And this is honestly, to be starting this training off on a One Energy month could not be more perfect. It is so divinely aligned. Okay, so we're packing our suitcase this week and we're being conscious to put in it the things that support us, that fulfill us, that honor our values, right? That really highlight this idea of freedom, connection, adventure, play, whatever that is for you. But it really is about, how do I access a deeper level of freedom for myself and honor my truth? And then, of course, if you're working in a service-based business or whatever, even just in your family and your friends, helping the people around you to do the same, holding the space for that to be possible for them as well. Because if it's possible for them, it's possible for me, it's possible for you, it's possible for me, right? Like, it's all so mutually supportive. Okay. The next important date to pay attention to would be May 11th. And when I picked May 11th for the practical numerology start date, I didn't pick it for this reason. But obviously my intuition and the energy patterns aligned perfectly. So it's actually perfect because May 11th is start day for the next practical numerology round. And it also happens to be a creative amplification day, which means that we are being asked to find the stories of truth within ourselves and share them. Bring them out into the world. Let the world see our stories. We all learn through metaphor, story, myth, example, all of this. That's how we learn. That's how we create connection, both with the people in our world and the energy. Like, we connect with the energy by understanding and creating that meaning with it and interpreting that meaning through the stories, which is why I love analogies so much and why I love stories so much, because that's how we learn. That's how we find resonance. That's how we find meaning. So on the 11th, whether you're in practical numerology or not, of course, join us because it's going to be incredible. But whether you're in practical numerology or not, take time on the 11th to play, share your story, speak your truth, give examples of the new world you want to see. Write in your journal, write a letter to yourself or to the universe saying, this is the world I'm creating. This is the world I live in. This is the world that matters to me, that I contribute to, that's significant to me. Write yourself that story personally, and then find elements of it that you can share publicly. Maybe this is a great time to declare your mission and vision statement to your email list. Maybe this is a great time to have a connection call with some clients and say, this is what I stand for. This is what I'm holding space for. This is the vision I see in the world. And what do you see? I want to know what you see. Tell me what you see. Let's discuss what we are co-creating together, because there's going to be this beautiful fire and amplification energy on the 11th. That if we stoke that fire, can support a beautiful expansion of the vision that we're holding. Right? Can allow this to kind of grow and flow and expand over time. So that's the 11th of the month. The next significant date is going to be on the 19th of May. So the 19th of May is a time where I want you to reevaluate and reassess your goals and your intentions that you're currently working on. What is the vision that you are casting out? What are you aligned and committed to? What are you showing up for? Right? You are going to have the opportunity to reevaluate that on the 19th of the month. So like, write this in your calendar and look at, what have I been intending and how do I want to update and adjust it? And what's going to happen is you're going to receive some intuitive hits, some intuitive messages, some intuitive insight that's going to point you to the next step of that vision, whether it's an action step to take, whether it's you're meant to cast it a little bit, more expanded, or maybe you're meant to narrow your focus, whatever it's going to be, your intuition is going to give you something that wants to update your vision, right? So take time to lean into your intuition that day. This is a time to journal, do some card readings, see an intuitive if that's something that speaks to you, get a numerology reading done, or do your own numerology reading, even better, and really ground into how am I being guided right now? Take time to discover that on the 19th of the month. Okay, the next significant date that I want to bring to your attention would be the 26th of the month, okay? Oh, Devin, yes, your mastermind starts on the 19th. That is so beautiful. So I would really say with your mastermind on that beginning day to really take some time of leaning into what is our intention in this space? How do we use this beautiful starting energy of expanded intuition around vision to guide us, right? That's so powerful. So the 26th of the month, this is another opportunity for illusions to come up, okay? The 26th of the month, we will likely see some more illusions that want to be noticed for the illusions that they are, okay? And oftentimes what happens is there's this last ditch kicking and screaming energetic effort that's made before an illusion falls. So if around the 26th of the month, stuff starts coming up that feels very real and very uncomfortable and very painful, I want you to just step back for a second and try to look at it from a big picture, bird's eye view, and ask yourself legitimately, what do I feel is the truth here? And I'm using the word feel very deliberately because there's going to be stories that your brain is telling you, and you might think one thing, right? And I want you to actually drop into your heart space a little bit and ask yourself, how do I actually feel? Right? How do I feel? What is my heart telling me about the truth of the situation? What do I sense might be a more accurate story than the one that I'm hearing? Right? And allow yourself to trust your guidance above the so-called experts in the external world. Your heart contains an incredibly rich wisdom that will support you. And it's important on this date, especially the 26th, not to outsource your guidance to others. This is a time of radically trusting yourself, the 26th of the month. Okay, hopefully you guys got that. And then as we near the end of the month, the last 5 or 6 days of the month, this is when we are starting to really feel the new paradigm shift moving in. Okay, so you will start to see the little buds forming. You will start to notice the little cornerstones of what the new paradigm means to you. You get to define it. And the cultural collective experience of it is comprised of our definitions being co-created, the collaboration of our individual definitions, right? And recognizing how beautiful and supportive each of us holding a piece of this big puzzle is. Like it is a beautiful, energetic collaboration and contribution that creates a collective vision. So notice, look for those little buds of evidence, look for those little signs, the little synchronicities, the little buds on the trees, the little blooms starting to come. Just notice, where do I see evidence of this new world that I'm contributing to and that I'm experiencing? That's my reality. Where do I see evidence of this? The 31st, the end of the month, we are ending off on a 5 energy, which is also the energy of the year, right? 2021 is a 5 energy. We are ending off this new 1 month energy month manifestation with more 5 energy. And this to me reinforces the importance of having a deeply compassionate heart in these situations, and how when we are going through dramatic and radical change, the most important thing is continuing to take time, drop into your felt sense, tap into your resources of joy, of happiness, of freedom, right? Freedom and pleasure are just the guideposts of this year. Freedom and pleasure, finding those moments of joy. So taking time in those last few days, I mean, do it every day, please, but taking time in those last few days to really deliberately continue to ground into that, because that is where we are being asked to create from. And when I say we are being asked, what I'm saying is there's energy patterns moving all around us. There's currents and streams of energies all around us. And we can either align ourselves with them, which is like putting your floaty in the current and letting the stream carry you, or we can fight it and go the other way, right? Which is a lot of work, leads to exhaustion, leads to burnout, leads to frustration, leads to lack of significant results, even if you're doing all the right things. It's like I can notice the energy currents around me, and I can hold in my heart my vision, take the actions I know to be right for me, aligned with the energy currents that want to create momentum for me. I just have to know what they are and get in alignment. So what they are right now is freedom and pleasure, freedom and joy. It's like we can lean into that. And those are the signposts that will continue to point us to what is next, to what is next, to what is next. And before you know it, you've walked a path and you've created an outcome, right? So it's like having that guidepost that's pointing you to move into the currents that are available to support you. We live in a universe that is set up for our success. We just need to be open to it. And being open to it means having the awareness of what's happening and choosing to activate it. The one thing I really want to share, really importantly, is numerology is not, at least the way I teach it, a passive tool. It's an active tool. Number one, we always have choice and free will of what we do with our life, 100%. But there's currents all around us who are, the energy patterns are looking to support your success and the success of your clients. So if you know what they are and you choose to activate that or step into it or get in the floaty and float, the universe will help guide you to where you need to be. So that is why I keep saying this year, 2021, and this May in particular, this is the time, this is the year of the intuitive, because we are looking to create a world we've never created before, which means we can't rely on past actions to dictate our future. We need to create new actions based on a felt sense, our guidance system. So that's what I want to help you do. That's what I want to support you to do. So if this is something that's speaking to you, reach out and connect with me or find out more about practical numerology. You can access this on my site, meganalton.com. I will also put a link in the comments here because here's the thing. The way I share this tool is to support you to, number one, know your energy patterns and your truth. Number two, understand the patterns that are unfolding around you so that you can make actions and choices and thought patterns that align yourself with the desirable outcomes that you choose. And not only can you do this for yourself, but you can do this for your clients, your children, your friends, your significant others, anybody who wants it. It is there for us. It is there for us. And it is meant to be in support of the other things we have going on. This isn't like, oh, well, if I do this, I can't do that. No, this is something that is meant to support and uplift the other tools and modalities you have. So whether you happen to be like a physiotherapist, a financial advisor, a mortgage broker, a Reiki practitioner, a health coach, a yoga teacher, a money counselor, you can use this tool to help you and your clients achieve the goals they have that are very tangible and practical around, like, I don't know, buying a house, let's say, or around improving their health, or improving their energy, or improving relationships with their children, or finding love. Like, it doesn't matter what your clients see you for. When you understand the energetic patterns, you can see how they're being supported to move towards their goals. You can also see where their sabotage energy might lie, and you can help them to navigate around it rather than accidentally continuously falling in the same sabotage trap without realizing it, because it's a blind spot. But once you understand people's energy signatures and their energy codes, you know what their blind spots are. Once you know what their blind spots are, they are not blind anymore. They are clear and obvious. And that level of awareness creates something that's really important. When we have that level of awareness, our self-trust grows because now we know who we are and we know how to count on ourselves rather than abandon ourselves or disconnect from ourselves in the time of need. We know how to have our own backs. We know how to ask support. We know how to reach out when we need it. We know how to stop ourselves from falling into the same trap. We know how to get what we need to move forward. And as your self-trust begins to grow, your confidence and your clarity and your belief will grow. And those are the three things that you truly need to create the outcomes you desire in your life. Whether it's business, personal, professional, it doesn't matter. Those are the three things you need to create them. And it's not a mystery. It's very clear. I've worked with hundreds of people to understand this at this point. And there's a formula. It's in your code. You were given it the day you were born. It is right there for you to look at and interpret and understand and bring into your awareness so that you can make those conscious choices. So I'm going to be sharing a little bit more information about the practical numerology certification over the next few days. If this is something that you want to incorporate in your business, reach out to me as soon as possible, because right now I'm offering a bonus that will expire at the end of the day today, where I will be giving you the information using your code on very specifically who is your ideal client, what is their energy signature, and how does your energy pattern support their ask, their energetic ask. How do you support them energetically? And when you know what your ideal client's energy signature is, marketing, language, communication, emails, Facebook posts, how to word your offers becomes so much more clear because now you're speaking to their energetic ask. So this is what I'm going to share with you. You're going to learn how to do it yourself, but I'm going to give you this information very quickly in the very beginning because I want you to start sharing your work with the world as broadly and boldly as you can, and I will support you to do that because I've helped so many people build this into an existing business or create a business from scratch using this, and I want the same for you so you can start to do your work in as big of a way as you choose. Okay, all the things. Thank you so much for being here with me. As you're listening, let me know what stood out to you today. What is your number one takeaway from this? What are you going to apply so that you can get in that current in May and you can flow towards that new reality you're creating? This is what May wants for you. May wants to see you move into flow with your vision, into flow with it. So let's get in the current of that new idea, that new seed, that new manifestation, that new energy pattern that we're creating. So what's your number one takeaway? What did you learn from today? What are you going to do? I want to know what landed with you. And if you happen to have any more questions about practical numerology, if you want to learn about your ideal client signature, if you want to learn how to do what I just did exactly today for your clients or for people in your world, comment, let me know. Doors are open for practical numerology. We start in 1 week. You will be certified as a numerologist. You will be part of a beautiful community. We've got hundreds of members at this point who are incredibly supportive. And surround yourself with people who are also creating life on their energetic signature and terms to match what they truly desire in their hearts. Okay, have an amazing day, and I look forward to chatting with you again soon.